Alright crew, so this morning I'm going to show you how I make my bone broth. I had a special request for this video. There's a lot of different ways to make bone broth. This is just how I do mine. It's easiest if you have an instant pot like this. If you don't, you can absolutely do it in a slow cooker. It's just going to take you a lot longer. I used to do it before I got the Instant Pot. I would do it in my crock pot. Ooh, I'm cleaning my pot. It's a little dirty around the edge for some reason. I've already cleaned the inner pot and the lid prior to doing this. So in our house, we don't throw away bones. Chicken bones, steak bones, pork bones, whatever kind of bone we have, we save it and put it in the freezer. And when I get enough bones, I collect them up. And when I have enough, I make bone broth. And I make quite a bit of bone broth because it's really easy in the Instant Pot. I used to make it less frequently in the crock pot because it takes like 24 to 48 hours in a crock pot. It takes 2 hours in the Instant Pot. I find the Instant Pot to be invaluable. So these are frozen. That's why I grabbed a knife to just kind of cut the bag away. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit the whole 2 bags I have here, but that's fine. If this isn't such a solid lump. Okay, I can just throw some extra bones in here. And you just want to put as many bones as fit. These are chicken wing bones, so they're kind of just fitting in nicely. Put that one steak bone on there. Some people will do just chicken or just beef. My husband prefers just beef, but usually I make just this mixture of all the bones together. Okay, I'm going to call that good for bones. Just want it pretty full without being too full. And I can save what's left in this bag for my next batch. No problem at all. The incense doesn't help with anything except I just like the way it smells. Okay, the next step is going to be that I didn't get all my ingredients together. Okay, I do not salt this before I make it because I like to add salt at the end. I like all the minerals that are possible to leach out of the bones, and then I'll add salt to taste. But I do find that some rosemary really adds flavor to it if you put it in the beginning. So just sprinkle. You could add garlic. I've done that before. In fact, let's add a little bit of garlic. Why not? This is just a squeeze of garlic. Okay, and you want to add something with a little acidity. Just to help leach the minerals out of the bone. I'm using lemon juice today. I've also used pickle juice before and vinegar, but those I can always taste them when I use them. And if I just add a splash of lemon juice, I don't taste it at all at the end. This is a pretty simple recipe. It just takes a little bit of work. So I have already drawn up 2 quarts of filtered water in this pitcher. I'm just going to pour it over the top. You want to cover the bones as much as possible without overfilling your pot. So this is mostly chicken bones, but I can see there's a little bit of beef bones in there. Okay, I need just a little bit more water. Filter is behind the camera. We use a 0 water pitcher. It's really a big one that sits on the counter, and we like it. Kind of made a mess. Okay, but that's the right amount of water. Okay, once you have your water, whatever spice seasonings you're going to use, I just used garlic and rosemary, no salt, splash of something acidic, cover your bones, you put the Instant Pot lid on, set it to sealing, and then you're going to hit pressure cook. Just the normal pressure is fine, and it takes 2 hours. And you'll just let that sit. Now, if you were using a slow cooker, I would put it on, you can put it on low and just leave it for like 24 to 48 hours, or if you're trying to do it faster, you can put it on high, but you'll have to monitor it more. With this, you can sit it, it'll reach temperature and pressure, and then it will count down, and it'll beep when it's done. Alright, once your 2 hours are up and you've let the pressure out of your pressure cooker, or if you were using a slow cooker, you would just turn it off, of course. Take the lid off, and the next step is going to be to strain all the bones. So I usually use a pot like this because it'll hold all the liquid, and a strainer of any size will do. And then it's good to have something to put the bones in as you strain them out. And I just dip and pour until there's enough that I can just pick up the pot at some point and pour it through the strainer. Different people have different methods of storing their bone broth, I've seen, but this is how we do it. It goes bad in the refrigerator pretty quickly, so we freeze it in individual containers so that we can just defrost how much we need. It's almost kind of like chicken broth out of a can or a box, but it's a lot thicker and richer. There's more fat, more minerals, more gelatin. If done properly, this should turn out into a jello-like consistency in the refrigerator. Meat jelly. It makes excellent soup, or we just will drink it. You will want to add salt to it. We add both the no salt and our Redmond's real salt from Utah. Alright, so I was able to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 containers. They're slightly varying sizes of bone broth out of a bag and a half. Those were freezer-sized gallon bags of bones, mostly chicken bones, but there were some beef bones in there. I don't think there were any pork bones in these. And I will put these in the freezer, probably put one in the fridge for us to go ahead and consume today, later today, but the rest will go in the freezer, and you can use it for soups. You can use it for, if you were going to make like cauliflower rice, you could use it for to cook the cauliflower rice in. Give it kind of that chickeny flavor, brothy flavor. Or like I said, we like to just drink it. Alright guys, and that's how I make bone broth. I've made a big mess here, I can tell you that. That's how I make bone broth, and It's actually a really pretty easy recipe. It just takes some time and some equipment. But it's really good for you, and it's tasty, and it's way better than anything you buy in a can for you and tasting.